All right, so the staff, the squad here at the headquarters are leaving for the day and for the Christmas holiday weekend. We'll be back here Monday. 51 weeks of the year has gone by and we have one more week remaining. And guess what? We just had us a sit down, a powwow, and we were strategizing and talking about what exactly we want to accomplish for the final 52nd week of this calendar year. And guess what? While I'm talking to them, we're going over strategies, we're going over mechanics, we're going over techniques, tactics, tools, systems, processes. But we also touched on something that I think a lot of times people talk about, but they really don't dig into. And that's the spiritual, mental aspect of everything and anything that you do. Even me personally, I think about how 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, the beginning of 2018, I decided to pivot the trajectory of my life based on what I believe God was leading me to do when it comes to business and finance and entrepreneurship and economics. And if you just go back a couple years and look at videos that I posted, you'll see all I was doing overwhelmingly was preaching and teaching and training people in ministry and in church. And I love to do it. I did it most of the days of the week, even though my wife and I were running a real estate business. We were a two-person real estate team at the time. And we were making money. We were doing pretty good, at least in terms of just what we see going on. We were making six figures, but we really didn't lead with that. It's not like we were talking about business and finance and entrepreneurship and economics on a regular basis, not publicly. We were helping people personally and behind the scenes, but we were just leading as pastors and ministry leaders. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I knew it was time for me to pivot because I had a whole lot of people in my community that really needed me to do what I've done for almost 4 years now. Okay, now you can look at my life and see it's definitely changed things, because where I am today is not where I was at the beginning of 2018. And so in almost 4 years, I can't even tell you, and I'm not even going to give you the numerical mathematics behind what I've been able to accomplish, but just know it's definitely something to be praising God about, something to be appreciative about, and something to just really, really, really stand on when it comes to continuing to do it. Now, having said that, you still need a spiritual and a mental, emotional, psychological foundation. So as you prepare for this Christmas holiday weekend, as you prepare to set your final plans together for the year and for the new year, when you check all the boxes of having the right business and getting your LLC and getting your domain name and getting your logos and your designs and graphics right, and maybe outsourcing some things to people and just getting all that done, when you check all those boxes, make sure you check the spiritual box. What do you mean the spiritual box? Well, your relationship with God is going to reflect in what you do everywhere else. Okay, so my relationship with God, because I believe I'm a king, I'm a priest, I'm a prophet in the kingdom of God. I believe that He saved me, He delivered me, He healed me, and He blessed me and gave me the capabilities of being a blessing to people. Because I believe I'm the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, the lender and not the borrower. Because I believe I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All of those beliefs spiritually helps to literally build a framework mentally. And so I have the spiritual and the mental capabilities of dealing with what I got to deal with in business, on a job, in a group of people, with a certain situation or circumstances. It changes everything. So don't just check all the natural boxes. Check the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, the psychological boxes, so that you can have not just the ability, but the capabilities and the capacities to handle the things that you're going through. And so as we prepare to leave the office for the day, in which I might be back tomorrow, nobody else is showing up until Monday. But as I prepare to leave for at least today, I want to encourage you to really tap into your spirit man, your spirit beings. I always tell people we're spiritual beings. We're spirits, right? And we live in a body. We're not like human beings trying to have a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. And so when you come from that place and when you're able to have a heightened awareness of that thing and that place, you're able to shape a framework for your mind, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. You have the ability and the capacity to deal with people, places, and things that under any other circumstance, people out here in this world, they break every day because they don't have that. They don't have that. And I can say honestly and sincerely, just within the last 4 years since I started this new wealth building, economic, biblical legacy building journey that I've been on and that I've been talking about, my spiritual relationship with God, my spiritual capacity, the mental, emotional, psychological strength that I have developed because I'm a spirit being and I'm a man of God, it has by far been the most important component to my success.